Every princess you are about to see is not just a character from a story. She is an archetype, a living energy, a mirror of the qualities that quietly shape your inner life. Fairy tales were never created merely to entertain. They were born to help human beings recognize themselves through symbols, emotions, images, and inner states that the rational mind often overlooks. And today, you are about to discover which of these four princesses subtly resonates with your nature, your strength, and your hidden path. Before you, four vivid and magical figures will appear. Each princess carries a distinct energy. One heals through light and quiet presence. One rises again after every night, choosing courage and action. One follows dreams and listens deeply to the heart. And one holds the mystery of the night, where depth, transformation, and inner power are born. Look carefully. Within each image lives a state that may already exist inside you. Her gaze, the colors of her dress, the atmosphere and light surrounding her. All of it tells a story. And perhaps, within one of these stories, you will recognize yourself. Allow your intuition to choose gently. Do not analyze too long. Simply notice which image draws you first. But make sure to watch every princess until the end, because sometimes the truest response does not arrive immediately. It reveals itself only after the meanings of all choices unfold. Are you ready? Then let us begin this quiet journey into the magical world of archetypes and discover which princess lives within you. When your gaze settled on this princess, it was not a random impulse or simple visual preference. This kind of choice is never accidental. It reflects an inner movement, sometimes very quiet, yet deeply meaningful. The image of the light princess does not speak about outer beauty. It reflects a state of the soul, something within you that is awakening, something that needs care, something ready to bloom if given space. By choosing her, you resonate with the archetype of softness, acceptance, and deep inner wisdom. Your heart has grown tired of chaos. It longs for warmth, harmony, and emotional clarity. You carry a rare ability, the capacity to sense what exists beyond words. You feel emotions others cannot name. You notice subtle shifts in atmosphere. You can sense tension before it becomes conflict, and pain before it is spoken. Yet what truly makes you unique is not sensitivity alone. It is your desire to become a source of calm. You do not demand attention. You do not announce your strengths. You move gently, but with remarkable precision. You heal through presence, through listening, through small, almost invisible acts of care that others may overlook, yet which quietly change lives. This choice reveals that a light has lived inside you for a long time, shining for others. And now, at last, that light is asking to be turned inward. Perhaps you have often been the one people came to for advice or comfort, the one who listened, understood, held space, and softened pain. But now your subconscious is whispering something important. It is time to return some of that energy to yourself. The light princess represents healing not only for others, but for you. You are entering a phase of restoration, learning to notice your own emotions, learning to give yourself what you have always given so freely away. You are discovering that softness can be strength, that kindness does not require self-sacrifice, that you can be open without being unprotected, sensitive without being drained. Emotional maturity becomes your foundation, not a burden. This archetype symbolizes the ability to love without losing yourself, to help without martyrdom, to listen without silencing your own voice. Your choice also reveals a longing for harmony and inner clarity. Perhaps recently something disrupted your balance, an inner conflict, emotional fatigue, relational tension, or a sense of constant noise. The light princess appears when the soul seeks a quiet inner space, a place where true desires can finally be heard. She reflects a need for simplicity, for clean intentions, for honest relationships, for gentle stability. And it is important to understand this. Choosing this princess does not mean weakness. On the contrary, it reveals profound inner strength, the strength to remain warm in a harsh world, to keep your light alive when surrounded by cold, to love sincerely, deeply, regardless of circumstances. People feel safe around you. You create space where others can breathe. That is a rare gift. But this choice also carries an important lesson. It is time to stop placing your feelings second. Time to rest without guilt. Time to say no when needed. Time to choose what nurtures you, not only what pleases others. You deserve the same tenderness you give, and your soul is ready to learn a new kind of love, quiet, natural, and directed inward. You stand at the threshold of a phase where your inner light will grow brighter, not through effort, but through honesty with yourself. The world softens when you soften toward yourself. Life becomes clearer when you follow inner peace instead of outer expectations. This princess is the mirror of your true nature, a person who carries light without burning out, who loves without losing boundaries, who chooses peace while remaining strong. Her image is an invitation to pause, breathe deeply, and allow yourself to be exactly who you are, gentle, perceptive, wise, and quietly resilient. If you chose the second princess, the princess of the brave heart, it means that something powerful is awakening within you. Not raw force, not loud confidence, but a layered, mature strength shaped by experience. This archetype is never chosen by those seeking an easy path. It belongs to souls who choose honesty over comfort, truth over illusion. Your inner energy is drawn toward action, clarity, and protection. You are the person who arrives when something must be faced, when order is needed, when boundaries must be drawn. Others may not always see it clearly, but they feel it. They sense your presence as stabilizing, decisive, and grounded. This choice suggests you are in a phase where life is asking you to stand firmly in yourself. Perhaps recent months or years have required you to be stronger than you ever planned. You may have faced situations that demanded resilience, responsibility, and the ability to keep moving, even when you felt exhausted. The princess of the brave heart reflects this inner journey, the ability to rise again and again, even when no one witnesses your struggle. Within you exists a rare balance, emotional depth paired with clear resolve. You feel deeply, but you do not drown in emotion. You care, yet you move forward. You protect others, but you are learning how to protect yourself as well. This balance is uncommon. Choosing this princess reveals a growing readiness to walk your own path, to stop living only for others, to begin placing your goals, boundaries, and desires at the center of your life. This is not selfishness. It is maturity. You are transitioning from being the eternal rescuer to becoming the creator of your own life. There is another important layer to this choice: your inner demand for truth. You sense dishonesty immediately. You feel manipulation, false promises, and double meanings, even when nothing is said aloud. You may remain silent, but you see clearly. Your intuition here is sharp and structured, not soft or diffuse. It functions like an inner radar, alerting you to danger and misalignment. And this archetype arrives to tell you, it is time to trust that radar. The Princess of the Brave Heart also signals readiness for courageous change. Steps you may have delayed for a long time. A shift in environment. Leaving survival mode behind. Turning toward a goal that once felt too frightening to name. This archetype never appears by accident. It arrives when strength already exists. But permission is still needed for it to fully emerge. You have carried responsibility for others for a long time. Family, work, emotional stability. People may have relied on you as the one who solves, endures, and decides. And here's the truth. Your strength is not a mask. It is real character, formed through pain, growth, and inner breakthroughs. You did not merely endure, you transformed. Now your soul is asking for something new, to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged not only as the one who handles everything, but as someone with dreams, desires, and vulnerabilities. This choice marks a shift from support to leadership, not leadership over others, but leadership over your own life. You are entering a period where circumstances begin to reorganize around you. You attract more mature people, honest relationships, goals that require courage but bring deep fulfillment. This is a phase of strength without rigidity, discipline without suppression, clarity without coldness. You are becoming someone who shapes destiny through conscious action, not someone who simply adapts. Your soul chose this image to remind you, you are stronger than you think, and the time to act has already arrived. If you chose the third princess, the princess of the gentle heart, it means a very rare and delicate energy is active within you now. This choice is never made by accident. It appears when a person either already lives from the heart or is standing very close to allowing themselves to do so again. This archetype cannot be replaced by strength, logic, or struggle. It is the energy of pure sensitivity, sincerity, and quiet inner wisdom. The Princess of the Gentle Heart represents deep emotional awareness. Not the kind that throws a person into extremes, but the kind that makes them alive, attentive, and deeply human. You chose her because your heart is either healing or longing for something genuine, warm, and real. Perhaps you are tired of constant tension, tired of expectations, tired of emotional battles that never truly nourish you. Inside you, a need has formed to return to a state where feeling is safe again. If this princess called to you, you are someone who empathizes profoundly. You hear words that are never spoken. You sense moods others try to hide. You understand emotions that seem confusing even to those experiencing them. This is not weakness. It is a powerful gift, even though it has sometimes brought pain. People like you see beyond surfaces. You feel more than most, and that depth allows you to love in a way few can. Your choice reveals that you carry light within you, even if you often underestimate it. You create warmth where none existed. You reconcile conflict. You restore hope to those who have lost direction. Often, you do this without words. Your presence alone calms and reassures. And if it feels normal to you, know that this is a rare inner force others sense immediately. There may have been a time when you gave too much, when your kindness was taken for granted, when your heart grew tired, thinner, more fragile. By choosing this princess, you are unconsciously seeking a return to yourself, to a sense of inner value, to the truth that your feelings matter. This archetype appears not when you are weak, but when you are ready to heal. The Princess of the Gentle Heart marks a transition from emotional exhaustion to inner warmth and harmony. You no longer want love that wounds, relationships that demand proof of worth, people who handle your heart without care. You are not choosing a princess. You are choosing yourself. This choice also reveals a part of you that still dreams. Perhaps it has been hidden for a long time. Perhaps disappointment once taught you to stop believing in miracles. But that spark is alive. This archetype represents a return to that inner flame, the one that survives even when covered by doubt and loss. You possess a rare ability to notice beauty in small things, gestures, words, moments others overlook. This sensitivity is not accidental. It is a soul talent, and now it is transforming. What once caused pain is becoming a source of strength. You are entering a period where you can create something beautiful. Relationships, atmospheres, projects, and spaces. Everything you touch becomes warmer. People feel better around you because your energy is gentle, non-demanding, and non-intrusive. Such energy is uncommon. Your choice suggests that life will soon move toward light, not blinding brightness, but soft, steady warmth. You will meet people who treat you with more care. Moments will confirm that you are walking toward peace, not struggle. You will naturally choose what brings joy and release what creates tension. If you chose this princess, your heart is open, sincere, and kind, and the time has come to stop hiding it behind armor. The world no longer feels as dangerous as it once did. You now recognize who is worthy of your light and who cannot receive it. This choice is a sign. Ahead lies a period of emotional healing, tenderness, love, and beauty. You are returning to yourself, and that is the most important journey of all. If you chose the fourth princess, the one surrounded by night, mystery, and deep shadows, this choice reveals far more about you than it may seem at first glance. This archetype is not chosen by those who seek to appear strong. It is chosen by those who have already lived through much and have learned to understand themselves in silence rather than noise. You are not afraid of depth. You are not afraid of truth. You do not turn away from the darker sides of the soul. You have the capacity to endure storms that would break others, because inside you there is not chaos, but a dark, steady glow of wisdom, born from experience and inner transformation. The princess of the night appears only after a certain inner path has been walked. She cannot be chosen randomly. Your soul is now at a point where light and shadow no longer fight each other. They coexist. They shape your personality. They form your real power. You understand that perfection is not the absence of darkness, but the ability to recognize it, contain it, and direct it consciously. And this choice shows that you already possess this maturity. People like you sense more than they say. You notice emotions others hide. You catch subtle changes in tone, energy, and presence. You are intuition embodied. A second sight. At times, this feels like a gift. At times, like a burden. But you have learned to guide this ability instead of being controlled by it. This archetype is also chosen by those who have transformed through pain, loss, disappointment, deep emotional wounds. These experiences did not simply happen to you. They reshaped you. The Princess of the Night is not about suffering. She represents what comes after suffering: rebirth, clarity, and inner authority. You are not afraid of solitude. because in silence you hear yourself most clearly. You are not afraid of the unknown, because that is where your true answers have always lived. And you are not afraid of your desires, even those once labeled too bold or too intense. Your inner energy now awakens a magnetic form of strength, not bright, not aggressive, not soft, but transformative. You carry mystery within you. You do not need to speak much to be felt. People sense your depth immediately. If you enter someone's life, you rarely leave it unchanged. You trigger growth, awareness, honesty. You reflect to others what they try to avoid seeing in themselves. This choice also signals the beginning of an inner flourishing. It may happen quietly, unseen by others. But for you, it marks a new chapter. You will trust your instincts more. Depend less on outside opinions. Understand clearly where you are going and who truly belongs beside you. Those who cannot handle your depth will naturally disappear. Those who remain will match you in awareness, maturity, and emotional truth. The Princess of the Night represents the soul that seeks meaning over surface pleasure, depth over noise, truth over illusion. You choose what is real, even when the path is demanding, and that gives you extraordinary resilience. You are now in a phase where you can reshape your reality sought from within, release old stories, recover lost strength, unlock potential that was once suppressed by circumstances or expectations. This archetype speaks clearly. It is time to be fully yourself, without fear, without apology, without trying to be convenient for others. If you chose this princess, know this. Your inner night is not about darkness. It is about stars, not about pain, but wisdom. Not about isolation, but depth from which the strongest decisions are born. Your path is one of transformation, and ahead lies a period of growing freedom, greater than anything you have known before. Now that you have seen all four princesses and felt which one resonated most deeply, allow yourself a moment of stillness. Sometimes a choice reveals more about us than any explanation ever could. Within each image lives an archetype, a living energy that already exists inside your soul. Perhaps you chose light that longs to heal, or strength that has waited patiently to act, or a gentle heart seeking its own safe space, or a depth that opens only to those ready to see. Whatever path opened before you, remember this. You did not recognize yourself in one of these images by chance. Your intuition noticed something your conscious mind may not yet have fully named. Take a moment to thank yourself for the courage to look inward, for the willingness to feel rather than avoid, for the desire to understand your own nature more deeply. And when life places you before a difficult choice again, remember the energy you selected today. It already lives within you. It guides you. It supports you. It moves you forward, quietly, steadily, faithfully. Let your story continue in a way that feels true to you, not shaped by fear, not limited by old roles, but guided by inner alignment. And may your inner princess, whether luminous, courageous, tender, or mysterious, lead you toward the place where your real strength lives.